Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this from the Crypto Basic. Analyst Block Bull says Franklin Templeton XRP ETF could save XRP from a crash to 66 cents. Now, I see a lot of narratives out there about Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space. A lot of people are saying there's a chance that Bitcoin moves up before the real crash begins. So many people are citing it going below 50K, 70K. If that was to happen, I think it would most likely pull XRP down, maybe just below $1.70. But how is the Franklin Templeton XRP ETF going to save XRP from a crash? Look at what happened with all the other ETFs going live. It's like they say an ETF just went live for XRP, and right away the price goes in the other direction. We are not going to see any price appreciation coming from these ETFs until we see a lot of the supply disappear. That's what it comes down to. If the over-the-counter desk run out of XRP, the price is going to change very quick. XRP to hit $47 price if $10 billion ETF inflows spark liquidity crunch. And this is a very conservative price point. $47. I see other people saying it's going to $589, $800 plus, $1,300 plus in the short term. It all comes down to supply and demand. We won't know until the XRP disappears. Right now, everybody's just guessing on how that's going to affect the price of XRP. Once we go into price discovery and we look at the ETF inflows at that time, that's going to give us a better understanding on how high the price can go. But one thing is for sure, we are going to see a breakout on XRP. This comes from Bill Morgan. How can it be sell the news when there was no buy the rumor? XRP was grinding down in September and October, well before the XRPC launch last week. And Zach Rector says this is now officially a 20% sell the news pullback for XRP. I don't think it was a sell the news event. I think what happened was Bitcoin crashed out and it took the rest of the market with it. And the ETFs have not had an effect on XRP yet, because there's still a lot of supply left. Now, that supply can get swallowed up very quick. I talked about that in that previous video. But until that happens, we're just going to continue following the price of Bitcoin. And if the money is moving out of the Bitcoin ETFs and it's flowing into XRP and Solana and ETH ETFs, this could be the point where altcoins start to decouple from Bitcoin as well. This comes from John Squire, Bitwise CEO, Hunter Horsley at Rippleswell. Remember when he said this, right? And now they have an ETF. Take a listen.
Everyone should be unbelievably excited. You know, after XRPL and XRP are over 13 years old, the crypto space is maybe 15 years old. It's all happening now. This space for the first time is going mainstream in 2025. Part of going mainstream means that there are people coming on board, incredible institutions here at Swell who are building services, integrating, but they're mainstream by definition because they're doing other things also. And that means for them, a month is super fast, a quarter is fast. And so I think in the crypto space, the timeframes that people are familiar with are just getting pushed out. And there's a little bit of relearning how to interpret the news flow as a byproduct. But I will unequivocally say we've been around for 7, 8 years now. I have never seen it feel as inevitable as it does right now in this year that crypto is arriving to update the financial system and will be a mainstream asset class.
He's already telling you a new financial system is coming. And remember, Bitwise now has that ETF. You knew they were going to have one. But he also said that it seems like things are getting pushed out. What it was we were always early to crypto. We beat the institutions here, and now the institutions are finally starting to come into this space. You were very lucky to get into XRP when you did. And that's why I keep telling people all the time, you got to get in now before price appreciation happens, because the institutional money is not going to slow down. It's going to continue to pour in month over month. That's the same reason I don't see these big price swings coming for XRP in early 2026, like everybody is calling for. Everybody's like, expect a top to come in early 2026. I even said it myself in previous videos because it looked like that was what was going to happen. But this market's been so unpredictable. I never thought XRP was going to go back below $3, let alone fall below $2. But nobody's seen this coming. The crash was coordinated, in my opinion, on Bitcoin, and I think something bigger is happening in the background while everyone is focused on the crash. A historic moment for XRP today. Bitwise announces and praises XRP. So here's what Matt Hougan and Hunter Horsley had to say after the spot ETF went live. They called it a historic moment. XRP is a really compelling asset for a number of reasons. It's been operating successfully for a very long time at an extremely low cost, handles high trading volumes, and has a really strong and vibrant community of supporters. In the new cryptocurrency regulatory regime, XRP is on equal footing with other digital assets. Now the market will have the opportunity to see what XRP is truly capable of, said Matt Hougan. I was surprised by that because he's one of those Bitcoin-only guys. With today's launch of the Bitwise XRP ETF and its selection of XRP, we are excited to help investors invest in an asset that has the potential to fundamentally change how money moves around the world, said Hunter Horsley. And that's what's going on right now. While we're focused on the price of XRP, a new financial system is being connected in the background. And XRP is going to be at the core of that, moving money on a daily basis. Bitwise seeds its XRP ETF this morning with 1,119,660 XRP, valued at $2.277 million. Everything from today on will be new acquisitions. So I wanted to show you that because that showed you that they already had that XRP. Now they're going to continue to buy more XRP as the inflows continue to happen on a daily basis. And going forward, as we watch all this XRP disappear, it has no other choice but to appreciate the price. This comes from Stephen McClurg, and I wish everybody in the crypto community talked like this. He says, huge congratulations to our friends at Bitwise on their XRP ETF today. We are showing Wall Street that you don't have to be BlackRock to launch the top 5 ETFs of 2025. We are rooting for you to get this one in the top 5 too, as long as you don't knock us out first. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So what he was doing was congratulating the competition, because everybody succeeds in this space. It's not about this company or that cryptocurrency. It's about this entire space succeeding. Bitcoin maxis still have not got that memo. The SEC has approved 21 shares, Form 8-A, clearing the way for the 21 shares spot XRP ETF. to list on the CBOE BZX exchange. This one looks like it's going to go live sometime next week with the Franklin Templeton ETF. So it's ETF after ETF going forward from here. And all of them are going to have great inflows because we know the demand is there, or they would have never even filed for these ETFs to begin with. Here's how high the price of XRP needs to be to flip Bitcoin. People are once again talking about this. So right now it's $30.48, but this fluctuates with the price of Bitcoin as well. I think what's going to happen is this. I think with the inflows, if we see scarcity, we're definitely flipping Bitcoin. Ethereum is a given. We're going to be number 2 very soon once the breakout begins. I think XRP easily flips Ethereum. I think there's a very, very good chance we also flip the market cap of Bitcoin in this run. Once that happens, that's it. That changes everything because the mainstream media news will have no choice but to talk about it. In the crypto space, we will never hear FUD again on XRP. The Bitcoin maxis will all be gone from this space. Either that or they'll make up excuses like it was some kind of glitch that happened. But they will never, ever FUD on XRP ever again. And I really anticipate that happening. And like I said earlier in this video, I don't see how XRP dips the way people think. A lot of people are calling for this 80-90% crash still. How does that happen if we have inflows coming into these ETFs and the XRP is disappearing everywhere? I mean, we just go into scarcity. How do we get these major pullbacks happening? I'm just not seeing it. Then you couple all this with the Clarity Act. We don't know what kind of value is going to come from ISO as well. And that goes live tomorrow. So think about that. We'll have a very good look at what's going to happen with ISO. But you couple that with Clarity and the ETF inflows, and all of a sudden you have a perfect storm for XRP to definitely flip Bitcoin in this run. But like I always tell you, until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.